So one great thing about HTML is we don't need any kind of special server or hosting company to write and test HTML. You can simply create a file right on your computer, you can give it a .html extension, and you can open it up with your browser. Now, when your site is ready to deploy to the internet, you will need to buy a domain name, you'll need a hosting package, and then you'll need to upload everything to your web host, okay? And I'll get into that in a later video. But for now, we can build our site or build our cheat sheet locally without that stuff. So to create an HTML file, it has to have an HTML extension. You can call it whatever you want, you just have to end it with .html. This will allow it to be displayed correctly in a web browser. Now, one thing to remember is that your home page should always be called index.html. If you go to a domain like, let's say, www.something.com, and you upload a file called index.html, that's the file that's going to show on that root domain. Okay, if you upload a file, let's say about.html, that's going to show when you go to something.com/about.html. So the index file will always be the root file or the home page, unless of course you're messing with server settings and you change it, but by default that's the behavior. It's going to look at index.html. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and create our first HTML file. Now I'm going to put this in a folder, so I'm going to create a folder and I'm going to call this HTML cheat sheet. Okay, and then inside that folder, let's create a new file by going to new text document, and we're going to call this index.html. Okay, and we'll just say yes, we want to change the file extension. And notice that mine has a Chrome icon by default because Chrome is my default browser and that's what opens up the HTML files. Yours may be different. Now, if you're using Windows, you may have an issue where you don't see the .html. Okay, if you're not seeing that, what you want to do is you want to go to View, Options, Change Folder and Search Options.